обеспечивают республику 70% природного газа и 78% нефтепродуктов. К примеру, Шуртанский газохимический комплекс, который производит 25 видов полиэтиленовых гранул и реализует их как по стране, так и за рубежом. Сдан в эксплуатацию один из крупнейших в мире завод Uzbekistan по производству синтетического жидкого топлива. Ежегодная мощность производства 307 тысяч тонн авиакеросина, 724 тысячи тонн дизельного топлива, 437 тысяч тонн нафты и 53 тысячи тонн сжиженного газа. Сфера промышленности. Текстиль. В области действует 267 предприятий по производству текстильных и швейно-трикотажных изделий. Только по итогам прошлого года действующие предприятия произвели 95 тысяч тонн хлопкового волокна, 81 тысячу тонн пряжи, 15 тысяч тонн трикотажных изделий, 17,5 миллион штук готовых изделий из трикотажа. К примеру, общество с ограниченной ответственностью «Бунеткор» Хасанского района производственное предприятие мощностью по переработке 3,9 тысячи тонн хлопкового волокна в год, а общество с ограниченной ответственностью «Алока Юксек Текстиль» в городе Карши выпускает 9 тысяч тонн трикотажного полотна. Инвесторам предлагается проект по окрашиванию полотна стоимостью в $10 миллионов. Производство строительных материалов. Сегодня в Кашкадаре действует 930 предприятий по производству строительных материалов: жженого кирпича, железобетонных блоков, щебня и гравия, мрамора, пеноблоков, лакокрасочных материалов и шифера. В регионе существует 147 нерудных месторождений полезных ископаемых. Сегодня для их эффективного использования задействованы крупные инвестиционные проекты с участием местных и иностранных инвесторов. К примеру, иностранные предприятия Карши Цемент в Китабском районе. Китай инвестировал $150 миллионов в США в производство цемента годовой мощностью 1 миллион 200 тысяч тонн. Или проект азербайджанского предприятия «Матанат» в Камашинском районе позволит выпускать 20 видов строительных материалов: краску, сухие смеси, гипсокартоны и прочее. У нас имеется большой потенциал в промышленности стройматериалов. Предлагаем инвесторам проекты по производству строительных материалов. В недрах Кашкадари имеется залежи 33 миллионов тонн запасов кварцевого песка для производства стекла, но их освоение составило лишь 7%. А 3 миллиона кубометров керамической глины используются лишь на 48%. Возможна локализация 95-100% многих других видов строительной продукции, которые импортируются в нашу страну. Для этого имеются возможности: 90% сырья для производства декоративной плитки, 98% сырья для производства сантехнических изделий, раковин, ванн, унитазов, 72% для производства стеклянных кристаллов, 100% сырья для производства фарфоровой.
Я продолжаю ряд сессий. Предлагаю начать нашу. Добрый день. Ассаламу алейкум. Хушкепсле. Добро пожаловать, уважаемые гости. У нас сессия будет на русском, на английском языке. Есть перевод. Те, кто нуждается в переводе, пожалуйста, на креслах стоят наушники с обеспечением должного перевода. Добрый день еще раз. Меня зовут Мурат Мирзаев. Я являюсь директором агентства по привлечению иностранных инвестиций.
The person who is working as in the Uzbekistan Investment and Industry and Trade over Deputy Chairman, and we know that in Uzbekistan today we can talk about with all the regional responsible staff, but we have some kind of governors who are working on these spheres as hakims, we call it in the some who are the responsible for the regions in the investment for and about exports and imports too. That's why we have invited here just only four speakers, five speakers, and we will talk. First of all, we will talk about what the country is Uzbekistan is, and then we will talk with our governors too. Thank you very much. So our presentation is English. You can see on the screen that we know the area in Uzbekistan. It is and the population is the main capital in Uzbekistan. So we have 36 million of people in Uzbekistan, and we note that young generation in Uzbekistan till 30 years old is we can see more than 70%, and we know we engage them with the good quality education system, and that's why because coming into joining to industry, they need a good education, and also the capacity in this sector is also a big, and we have preschool, school, and university degree students, and Uzbekistan is the rich with the mineral resources, and you can see some kind of resources in the list that we call strategic resources, and the gold, natural gas, copper, uranium, and we have another kind of mineral resources too, that we just every time we just work with some regions, and which regions they are reaching. And today it is continuing the infrastructure system and the building the all of the railway system, and also we have another road systems and power lines that we know. We have some economic data, and it is so interesting facts for investors. This is for the 2022 year. We couldn't say that we easily just can achieve good results, but also we know our government is working every DM with the investors, foreign guests, and who are interested to our spheres. Even during the pandemic too, even this is not working days, it doesn't matter, some kind of restrictions, prohibitions we could see during the pandemic, but these questions also just were solved also, and the working with some kind of companies from the friendship countries, Kazakhstan, that we know export system is so important with the Kazakhstan too. And these all of the numbers shows the real results in country. And the previous day, yesterday, our president has emphasized that all the reforms that are connected with other just world countries characterizes. This is not just for some period of time. This is for a long-term plan and the programs, and we know, of course, legislation system, the impacts to and also rule of law encourages the good results, and some kind of results you can see of the reforms during the for previous 5 years. But we are not just stopping to implement all the our reforms, but for the future also we have some kind of strategies, and we have some kind of a good potential here, and with the other governors are helping us in this case. That we know Uzbekistan 20 and 30 years ago, it was a cotton country, a cotton resource country for the world, but this is in the past. And of course, we have already modernized our just country, and today we are not just selling the cotton in export and the import. There is no any cotton production, selling, buying, but we are just selling other kind of materials, but not cotton. We know that working with other countries, we should provide with the quality products, and we are trying to this one too. And Uzbekistan is one of the landlocked country. Yes, and that's why we are trying to just normalizing this issue, and that's why trying to export some kind of products in the industry system, and in the industry we need high technologies and the digitalization and the automatization of the some kind of systems, but also we should give the all the staff with working job places, and here you can see the countries who are we cooperating with, and they are truly important for us. And the one way when we just try to encourage or to help all the investors how to join to Uzbekistan's community. We know that we have a cheap cost of the resources with the in some projects we could see this, and then some kind of results have already achieved, and you can see here are the regions, and in each regions we have industrial zones, economic zones in each region. Our government helped us this supporting program to improve the sector, and also today it is we know that this is some kind of developing sector, and also some kind of just cooperation are being held. And when the interesting thing in these regions are the infrastructure that is still being developed, and the business individuals are trying to build complicated buildings, and some kind of are trying to launch new equipments in their buildings too. And here are some kind of preferences when just a text and also when investors interest in this sphere. What are the preferences in Uzbekistan? Some of them are here. And also one of the main moments when we call not only connecting to the numbers, let's just being busy with the some kind of conditions. Maybe some investors could ask from us how is the Uzbekistan is comfortable for us, and also how we can earn our income. And we know that Uzbekistan is like putting all the sustainable developing country, and we have also the good education system and some kind of private or just public schools we have who are just teaching to the young in another language too, are teaching a good culture, history of Uzbekistan, and with high technologies. We know also for investors, they have also visa system so easily. When a person wants to come Uzbekistan and some kind of relatives want to stay here too. And I have already about these things mentioned, and I know that our agency is a one-step shop that's and we are located in the Uzbekistan's investment industry and the foreign trade ministry, and you can see all of the information related to this topic, and we are always ready to answer to all of your questions, and working with the other kind of institutions. Maybe we will call as being a bridge who are just sitting here. We will just always ready to work with us, and I am ready to give you our just cards, and we never stop working with these things. And now I want to give a floor to our next guest, our just new governor, Mr. Ergashev.
3 years ago, we were used to export only cotton as a raw materials, but now we could change the nomenclature of our products. Now we are not exporting even $1 cotton fibers. We are exporting only ready garments and fabrics. I would like to give you some samples. As Mr. Muratnaz mentioned, we are working on creating small industrial zones. With the number of small industrial zones, Fergana is the leader among other provinces of Uzbekistan. We have more than 90 small industrial zones in the territory of Fergana, and we have free economic zone of Kakan, where is already implemented more than 120 investment projects. There you can see electronic products, TV, and other kinds of household items. And we are inviting you to use the privileges and ligots where we are using or we were given to the Kokand Free Economic Zone. There are some perspective projects we will share with you, and you can find it from our website also. There is a very interesting project. We have Eco City, where is more than 300 hectares complex living area, and there are small industrial zone for 50 hectares, and we are doing it like electronical producing electronic products, small industrial zone. We have already first pioneer project with our Omani investors. We are planning to produce SIM card and planchette, tablet there. And there are second investor from Germany also. They have already bought from the auction the land, and they're implementing already their project. So other kinds of investment projects, we are looking for investors on not only processing cotton. We are looking for investors on mixed yarn, on mixed fabrics, on electronical product, and on other kinds of household items. Mr. Murat Rinaj, I don't want to waste our partners' time.
Yeah.
If they have any question, we are ready to answer. I don't know, at the end of our panel session or...
Thank you very much indeed, Mr. Gashev. I think what was mentioned by the Deputy Governor is very important when he explained why the trade turnover is actually a negative trend. Because you're completely right. I mean, for the last 3 years, Uzbekistan has imported main goods for more than $15 billion. So the industry is really growing. And this is basically giving you a hint as a potential investor or the entrepreneur that basically to support all these main goods working, you need spare parts and supplies. And that gives you nice business opportunities for the manufacturing industry to be localized in Uzbekistan. And I think that's one of the options which can be also considered for Fergana Valley particularly, because despite that, as it was mentioned by the Deputy Governor, that Fergana is very much in textile, it's very much industrial city, region, having huge two enterprises, which is Fergana Azot, as you and I mentioned, and Fergana Refinery, which gives you also an opportunity to continue the value chain of products and go down to downstream for more value-added products in the chemical industry, for example. That can be also considered, as well as considering that your main capital, as you have rightly mentioned, as any of the three Fergana Valley regions, is human capital, because these are the most dense populated regions. It gives you immediately a very nice market, because it's 1/3 of Uzbekistan is living in Fergana Valley, I mean the Uzbek part of Fergana Valley. So it is immediately a very nice market. You will have no problem of finding young, talented workers, starting from engineers, finishing with the skilled workers, which is also very important. And this is all supported by educational background of Fergana institutions.
And
thank you very much.
I'm really sorry to interrupt you. I would like to mention one more thing. There are, of course, investors, they are looking for sometimes local partners also, right? Yeah. Not only foreign companies they are establishing sometimes joint ventures also, and they are looking for more adequate partners. In this case also, Fergana Valley is one of the convenient region to do business, because Fergana, Namangan, Anjan, there are more entrepreneurs initiatives is more higher, even in other countries also.
Yep.
That's why Fergana region is the second biggest region with a number of enterprise, I think, from my understanding. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much indeed. With this, I would like to mention also that each of the region has its website where you can address all the needs and issues and look for additional information. And basically, as I have mentioned, all the governors and all the deputy governors and their respective offices are open for 24/7, as we say, so to help you on and guide you on your way to Uzbekistan. Thank you very much indeed. With this, let me switch to Jizak region. Please see the short video.
Let me give a next floor to the Deputy Governor, Mr. Umarov, and as you can see in the video message, see all the beautiful places in your region, and we are glad to give you a floor. Good morning, dear participants and the guests. Let me start with the not just statistical data, but also I wanted to give you a chance to see the beautiful nature of the Jizak region. And we can say Jizak region is rich with the raw materials and the other industrial products too. And Jizak region is a leadership region, like who here you can see a good quality of education in all spheres. And we know that in some projects we want to introduce to other investors, and also if we talk about main drivers in Jizak region, we can see automobile and other kind of spheres, like technological or industrial products and or other resources rich region. And when we see all the statistics, we can see only into the previous year we can see GDP in this region was near to $1.5 million, but from this year we can see we are trying to achieve more and trying to engage all the international institutions, investors, business individuals in these spheres. I want to stress to one thing, one perspective sphere in for the future, for the next 5 years. If we talk, we are trying to engage more than $10 million in investment, and we have private sector projects and in the automobile sphere, and we have in Jizak region there are 2 factories who are working on this sphere. Mark and the some of the are producing the Volkswagen and other and the next 2 so famous cars. And if all the investors are trying to invest to these factories, they will get good income from these projects. And we know that we have some kind of areas who are too near to Jizak region. There is a big cooperation in the sharing the materials, processes, and we have also building materials, selling, and the raw material where we produce here in this region is today planning to more than 10 products that are included in these projects. This is like a significant factor that shows that important and in-demand products are being implemented to produce. The next projects we are trying to engage the investment in more than $15 million and in order to gain the experience from other from trying to learning the experience of foreign countries too. And when the people are trying to know about the demand in this region, it is free information they will get. And all of these projects or just programs we have, all of them are concrete, and it is situated in the Juzak region too. And one of the important area in Juzak region, it is we are trying to wait to improve the pharmaceutical area, because there is in Uzbekistan, you can see three economic zone in Juzak region. You can see which is in Uzbekistan, the mains, and the first and second, and are for the pharmaceutical sectors, and the third one is for the improvement of the richness of the materials, and trying to produce them in high technologies. And the richness of the base resources, we can say some kind of we have some kind of products which are in our stock. We can say they are some cases it is improving in the numbers on the screen. You can see in the stock in Uzbekistan of the oil resources is situated in the Juzak region. And the projects you can see that we have already implemented to the life of the region, or you can see on the screen. And always we are trying to engage investors, and our Japan or just other countries investors trying to help us to produce some kind of these spheres products. You can see this is gloss producing in the agriculture, or maybe in some sectors for the military use. They are even producing some other special glasses too, and the which is in the program. And this is some kind of partnership projects with the other countries, and also we will trying to engage some kind of more than 15 million of investment projects, and we have directly implementing just the processes to if we just pay attention to some kind of spheres, kind of like some kind of products that are renewable, we can say in some kind of power or energy, just producing factories, we can get good results, and also improve the capacity of these products too. And in some areas there were a guarantee for the investors that we are producing all of the products in a good manner and in a low cost position. So in shortly, if we can say that more than 40 countries who are nowadays are cooperating with Uzbekistan, we could achieve, we have already achieved more than 1.5 billion of dollars in some food producing or industry or other agricultural sectors. Let me introduce some of the perspective sphere and trying to be open to other. First one is the clusters of the which is connected to automotive sphere, to modernization of this sphere, and trying to also increase the capacity of these products. And our KNA factory today are producing a big, just a volume of the cars, IKEA model cars. And also one of the important factories, our factory is trying to modelizing some kind of last modern models of these cars, and also trying to come into the emerging markets, and the being like if all the cars or the products in automotive sphere will be certificated, we can easily go to global scale. And the next one is improving the information communication technologies improvement in the Jizak region. We have in Jizak region IT Park, and the previous year it won a reward as the best IT park in the region. And we are trying to join to some world communities who could help us to improve and share the potential of the foreign countries. And also we know that from the IT systems, if we talk this sphere, this is a big fundamental base of the all spheres, that if we start from this level, we could achieve good results in other spheres too. We all know of this. In each
И в прошлом году мы тоже открыли филиал Казанского университета, тоже, который становится кузницей всех, основной кузницей предприятий, промышленных предприятий, которые будут создаваться в Джизакской области. Еще одно вот главное направление, важное направление, я считаю, то есть на видеоролике вы тоже, наверное, посмотрели, это наш туристический потенциал. У нас очень необычная природная система. Я могу вам сказать, что вы сейчас, если в Джизакскую область приедете, вы можете ощутить все 4 климата, то есть и зиму, и осень, и весну. То есть вы сейчас в одно время можете, если по районам съездите, вы это можете почувствовать. То есть вы можете сейчас в настоящий момент и плюс 40 градусов почувствовать, и минус 10 градусов. Так снег, то есть в одном месте, ну, буквально там 1,5-2 часа расстояния, вы это можете на себя эти почувствовать. Это, я думаю, уникальный климат в Узбекистане, не только в Узбекистане, наверное, и в Центральной.
When it comes to some places, we can see for climate, you will see, you have already seen, and we have in some areas, in some part of the region, there are 40 Celsius, and other ones in 20 you can feel. It is so beautiful with the nature. And this sphere, as I mentioned about tourism sphere, is truly are increasing nowadays, and we know it is becoming an important part of the region sphere. And I'm trying to, I have tried to give you a clear presentation about our Jizak region, and trying to give you more information. If you are interested, we are glad to talk with you and we are open every time to talk and cooperate with you. And in some industrial spheres or other spheres, why we are not ready? We are always just trying to being ready, and becoming also just a sort market in the products in the whole country. And I will invite all of you to Jizak region.
Динамично развивающимся регионом, который я, будучи студентом, ездил на хлопок. Я помню, что он был только лишь сельскохозяйственным регионом. Сегодня они производят...
And reach of the some kind of industrial products, and the in some place, if you will visit to Jizak region, you will see that some kind of Deojo and IKEA products just located region. And if we talk about all of this presentation, I could say that just Jizak is located in the heart of the Uzbekistan, and so interesting and logistically easy destination. And in Jizak region, you can see has good good access to all of the regions to Uzbekistan, and with the other even other Central Asia countries, and easily you can connect from this just region, and from the west side and east side, you will see Jizak region is always trying to just being in the middle, staying in the middle, and giving an opportunity for this country in a logistical way. Thank you very much. And now I want to give a floor to our Samarkand region floor.
Thank you. Good afternoon, dear forum participants.
Mikrofon.
With foreign countries is expanding. Relationship at the level of presidents, governments, and parliaments are strengthening. Trade, economic, scientific, technical, cultural, humanitarian relations are significantly developing. Currently, 710 joint and foreign enterprises have been established in the Samarkand region and are functioning effectively. Of course, the above indicators are not enough, but at the same time, they show the presence of a huge potential that has not been realized between the regions for the more active development of mutual cooperation. Samarkand region takes a special place in the economy of Uzbekistan, with the economic potential, production capacity, natural resources, and historical architectural monuments. Samarkand region is rich with raw materials like gold, copper, tungsten, lead, zinc, lime, granite, marble, travertine, silicates, and other minerals. Uzbekistan has created all the necessary conditions for the introduction of new technologies, high efficiency, as well as the free export of manufactured products to foreign markets. This, of course, is the result of new open policy and active economic reforms implemented by the President of the Republic of Uzbekistan, Mirziyoyev Shavkat Mironovich. They created a favorable business environment. The preference and benefits provided serve to attract foreign investors to all areas of our economy and further develop them. Today, our country is on the way to innovating industry. I would like to add that for foreign investors, a special favorable investment environment and infrastructure has been created for investment and joint business development. Samarkand has a free economic zone, Urgut, with a total area of about 2,000 hectares and about 100 high-tech industries with the participation of foreign investors are geared in this area. At this point, I consider it relevant to establish cooperation relations in energy, agriculture, food, science, aviation, household appliances, metallurgy, production of building materials, extraction of natural resources, mechanical engineering, furniture, and other fields, based on the available opportunities. In order to see the beautiful masterpiece of the East with your own eyes, I invite you all guests and interested investors to the Samarkand region and guarantee that within the framework of the law, all necessary conditions for doing business in our region will be created. Dear friends, I am sure that friendly cooperation between us will remain forever. Taking this opportunity, I wish you all good health, peace of mind, family happiness, and well-being. So we have all prepared the presentation, but to save time, I'm not going to go through this. And we have a QR code for this presentation, and I also bring brochures and like folders. Whoever interested and whoever wants to get more information about the Samarkand region, you can get from there. Thank you very much.
And this was Mr. Shehzod Sabirov. Thank you very much. Deputy head of the department responsible for investments from industry and trade of the Samarkand region. Thank you very much. Well, Samarkand is a pearl of not only Uzbekistan, but I think the whole Central Asia. And it has a significant role in the world history, I believe. But as it was mentioned, Samarkand today is also an industrial hub. And when we can say, when we can talk about the industry of Samarkand region, one should also recall that it has a long tradition yet from Soviet times inherited, but they have managed to strengthen that and to diversify that. Because if Jizak has become a second capital for the light cars industry, Samarkand is the capital for the commercial vehicles industry, and you can see that in Samarkand they produce, for example, MAN trucks, Isuzu trucks, and also trucks with some Chinese companies, if I'm not mistaken. Thank you very much, Mr. Sabirov. With this, I would like to give a floor to our final panelist, but before, just pay attention to the short video about Khwarezm region. Thank you. No, I guess it was too short. Please welcome Mr. Ismailov, the Deputy Hakim of the Khwarezm region.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Murzaev, and good afternoon, the guests, our honorable guests from our partner countries, and I'd like to give the brief presentation today about the investment potential and industrial potential of our region. Yeah, our delegates, my colleagues today gave the great speech and presented their investment potential and what they have in industrial sector. So I will add some details from our side related to my region. So when we are talking about the industry, we have to think about the infrastructure also. That's why today in Khwarezm region, we are more focusing on to develop the infrastructural side also parallelly with industry. Yeah, we have textile industry, we have the pharmaceuticals, and also we have we are going to develop the electronics and also home appliance production. So we created 4 separated area, free economic zone for industry of those for those main directions of industry, and also we are trying to creating the most favorable environment for our investors to participate in IPP projects on construction of roads, on developing of the our international airport, on privatization of our railroad system. So after all, when we start these infrastructural projects with our foreign partners, we will have the good position for trading with our southern bordered countries, let's say with Turkmenistan, with Iran, and through Caspian Sea, we can go to the Caucasus republics and to Turkey, and through Turkey we can go to the Middle East and Arabian countries. So this is our main target from the point of strategic view. So for that issues, we are proposing around 5 billion portfolio projects, the investment projects. that included more than 28 separated directions. So, and also I should emphasize that we are one of the touristic center in Uzbekistan, and we are hosting for 500,000 foreigners every year. As you know, I think I'm confident that you know about HIWA that we have right now. This is the museum on open air. So, and we can also propose to our foreign partners and our foreign guests to come and to see what's the potential of tourism in Khwarezm region, and also to see the investment potential on hotel business, and yeah, this is. I'm sorry, I forgot about this slides. Yeah, and this is about our tourism potential. So, and investing in Khwarezm region. Yeah, this is the number one question today. Why and how we should invest to Khwarezm region, we are prepared. We are preparing right now that portfolio, and we will share with our partners. And today, my colleagues and my assistants will contact you during this session, after this session, and we can discuss on details. So also, I should emphasize about the projects on agriculture and the processing of agricultural goods. So the food industry is the main direction for us, and now we have the big potential to push our products to the CIS countries, and we are in the good position for that, and the exporting markets for us right now. So Russia, our neighboring countries, and also Europe. We are right now we are using the GSP Plus program for us, and we are exporting around 50 million, more than 50 million USD to the European countries. And this year we are planning to export more than 200 million to the European side, European countries, and also to our neighboring countries. I mean the ready products only, not agricultural raw material. So, and then after all, in this year we are planning to attract and arrange the investment projects for more than 700 million USD. So I think it's we have one proverb. Uzbekistan has one proverb, so it's better to see once, to hear several times. And I invite you all to Khwarezm, be our honorable guest, and we will show you the more on details and what we have and how can we cooperate. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Mirzaev.
Thank you, Deputy Governor. Khwarezm is one of the smallest regions in Uzbekistan. Yet it's one of the most ancient regions of Uzbekistan, since the king kingdom of Hiva is located there. So historically wise, it's a region with a huge heritage. Yes, it's a modern one. Of course, they are limited in resources. Unfortunately, they cannot be proud of natural resources as, for example, Samarkand or Jizak region. But the main resource of Khwarezm is its people.
Yeah, yes. For additionally, Mr. Mirzaev, let me. So we have hardworking and skilled workforce in Khwarezm, and one of the main direction right now, the developing of the IT sector. That's why we are relying on our population, and we have the most skilled labor, and also for the educational side, we have the biggest university in Uzbekistan. So Urgench. In Urgench, we have more than 8 universities right now. So Urgench State University, Medical University, and also the IT, the IT university. So, and we also expanding the educational system right now together with our foreign partners. Thank you.
Well, you have to be, because the history of your ancestors, if you could just consider Al-Khwarizmi, that's already a huge pressure that you have to match with such names. Definitely, Khwarezm has many interesting features, as was mentioned in our short discussion, human resources, and they now try to focus more also on new technological ground, as we mentioned, the IT technologies. Well, that was the short presentations of 4 regions. We have another 10, including the capital of Uzbekistan, Tashkent, and yet the Autonomous Republic of Karakalpakstan. And we have one of the high top officials of Karakalpak Republic here today with our audience. Thank you very much. He's our good friend, and every region has its perspectives. With all these perspectives in details, basically you can have information on the website of our agency, of our ministry, or on the websites of the respective regions. But yet today I think it's a good opportunity for you, after this meeting is finished, to get introduced with each and every deputy governor. I think it's a good opportunity to have a personal contact. So if tomorrow you have this and another question or an issue to be solved, they would be ready. Well, I'm speaking for you, but I hope you will support me in my statement. You will be ready to stand alone and basically solve and resolve the issues. Thank you very much. If I have to ask if you have any question from the audience, please.
Thank you very much. It's working, right?
Yeah, it's working.
Islam, my name is Islam. I'm representing one of the logistic companies, international logistic companies. Yesterday I was in Fergana, organizing Turkic states, organization of Turkic states and the Fergana Valley with our company, one of the first of its kind logistic forum to discuss the issues that region facing in terms of export and import. So I have a question for all, if I may. We heard about the potential of Uzbekistan, which is obvious when we consider the population, the growth, and the reforms been taken in last 5-6 years. The major challenge, of course, is that Uzbekistan being double lock and it doesn't have its own access to the sea or oceans. So in that regard, my question is, are you guys considering each regions to figure out how to organize export, especially for those investors that are industrial investors, that are manufacturers, which needed supply chain safety in terms of importing components and exporting value-added product, which all of you are mentioning that at this point Uzbekistan is approaching the position where they would be exporting only finished product, which would have significant value add. Therefore, like China, for its certain regions, been implementing these railroad projects all over the world, to help their exporters, and they create those platforms, that regional platforms that's supporting. Is there any projects to develop, free, maybe not platform, but export hubs, logistic hubs that have inside not just the components of trade, but also support on export. Railway is the one of the only way to expand further export of and import, because the road transportation, like tracking, is basically has so many challenges due to the we call it dozvols. I don't know in English, but the passes, e-passes through those countries like Azerbaijan, like Georgia, or Iran, or other parts of like Pakistan. Anyway, railway doesn't have those issues, and the railway has capacity, huge capacity. Is any way each region has any projects or perspectives to further to support railway export and import? And thank you, Mr. Mirzaev, to touching point, because you're the one of few who really touched the logistic issue. Logistic issue is one of the major concerns that some of the investors that we are talking has. Thank you.
Since the question you have addressed is a trans-regional, let me answer that, if you allow me. I would give you three answers actually to each of those. I mean, basically explaining which is behind that, what is behind that. First of all, you have to remember that we are one of the biggest parts of our exports is fruits and vegetables. And that's a headache for us, because you can imagine, I mean, we have to construct the logistical parks, including freezing and packaging and all that stuff. And this work is ongoing. It's done both with the private partners, the one, for example, to be finished this year in Jizak, very big logistical center for fruits and vegetables, and that's done with a private investor. We also cooperate in this direction with World Bank and ADB, and this is where we will build about 9 huge consolidators, I mean basically aggregators in the different parts of Uzbekistan. And that's one part of that. I mean, of course, there are also developments when we speak about industrial goods, like, for example, textile. This is where also aggregates are going to be considered in Tashkent, for example, with the private investor and some other regions. We pay more and more attention now also to e-trade. So more and more products of Uzbek manufacturers are basically sold through platforms which allow us to increase the sales direct to customers. But that would also need an aggregator somewhere. So that's one part of the answer. The second part of the answer is that you are completely right. We try to focus more, and we have no other choice to produce goods with the high value added, because at the end of the day, your logistical shoulder, even if it's nicely developed, will not allow you to compete on the markets, for example, in Europe, which is considered like a primary markets, with other products. Because, for example, if you consider with Turkey, and if you take the textile, I mean, the textile of Turkey has just to cross the border of Bulgaria or to have a short trip by the ship to Italy or Spain or France or whatsoever. Whereas we have to really take care of the route. Please be seated. I don't want to keep you standing. Okay. And this is one of the key priorities for us. Produce something smaller, lighter, but more expensive. And the third part, and this is probably the most direct answer to your question, is that we are considering, and that was mentioned by our president yesterday at his speech at the plenary session, that we are considering also new corridors, new logistical corridors. One is with China and our friends from Kyrgyzstan, and that would be the railroad constructed with assistance of China. Very, very important because basically the railroad goes to Andijan and Osh, which is on Kyrgyz territory, and then we would like to continue that to Narin and to the border of China, where it will be connected with the Chinese railways. That's one corridor. The second corridor we are also considering more difficult to implement because of the peculiarities of the country on the south, but that's exactly the corridor from Mazar-i Sharif to Kabul and then Peshawar. And this is the project we are also considering. Many countries are supporting us on that. I think that would be a very interesting corridor, not only for us, but also to our northern neighbors and, for example, for Tajikistan. The railroad already constructed by Uzbekistan till Mazar, which is around, 86, 90 kilometers maybe from the border. And then from that point, we are considering to continue that railroad to Kabul, and then through Salang, and then to Peshawar on the Pakistani territory, where we will have definitely to change the platform because we use the wider one as inherited from the Soviet times, whereas they use the imperial lengths, the widths of the track. So these are three questions to you. Definitely, we are also considering the Western corridor, which is a little bit sophisticated because then you have to pass through the Caspian Sea, and this is where you have to use the ferry. And then there are many countries from the Caspian towards the Black Sea you have to cross. And difficult terrain, as you have correctly mentioned. This is the mountainous area, and one have to be careful, and that's a lot of investments at the end of the day. So all these three corridors are considered, definitely. And if the second one basically will find its solution for Uzbekistan, that will be a great, great breakthrough. We are keeping a very good coordination with the regime in Afghanistan. Basically, collaboration is not bad. We are also supported by Pakistan because it's qui pro quo. It works both ways. So when you export your goods down to south, they have also the ability to export their goods to north. So this trade turnover will be then beneficiary for both sides.
If I make one more addition, you mentioned those corridors, except one, which is actually working right now and has the largest capacity. All you probably heard about the first ever train from Turkey to Uzbekistan. That's happened a few months ago. We are one of the major operators in the corridor called South Corridor that actually has no connection to Caspian. You have no issues, and it's actually working. It's one transpass in Turkmenistan, which is done in one of the major and sophisticated logistics centers that they built, and that's it. And you can go all the way to Middle East to Iran, Bandar Abbas, or you can go directly to Turkey. And there is a perception that transit through Iran is difficult, which is main perception, but it is not. We have major company, legal company, Clydeco, the American company, and they have office in Europe, which has, opinion and been supporting our clients that there is no significant challenges to transit to Iran because you have nothing to do with the government. It just transit using Turkish state-owned wagons, and as long as there is not certain type of goods, there is no actually any problem. Therefore, we was able to import freezers for PepsiCo, for example. It's 270 wagons, which is 8 trains, block trains, and there's a huge interest, but there's not many knowledge about this. So hopefully we can get together more information about this. But anyway, thank you. It was very informative.
We are aware of this corridor, but since it's existing, I was not mentioning that because I was just trying to develop on those which are not existing. But you are completely right. I mean, we have also to consider this route,
17 days from Turkey to
which is still yet long, but we can shorten that, I hope, one day. But you are completely right. I mean, through Turkmenistan, for us, is definitely the easiest way. And we have already a railroad there, so you don't have to construct anything. It's just about the managing the route and agreeing with your partners on each of the territory, how you are going to pass, including all these transit issues, stories, and etc. Yes, please. Pierre.
Thank you so much. It's a very great honor to can attend this forum and today see a lot for this governor here. Our company name Oman China Investment. We come from Middle East, but I'm Chinese here. Okay. We have around more than 15 years in the Middle East, include Oman, Dubai, and also will be branch also next in the Saudi Arabia. And we from last year, October, came to Uzbekistan. Up now, I think this is my number 5 time to visit. And we already have decided to investment first in Fergana, okay, with the Fergana religion for the SIM card and the laptop factory. And also we have ordered the next plan for the electronic car factory and the charging station investment. The number 3rd for this real estate and hotel from the tourists attract the visitor from China and the Middle East. So now from our side we are ready to do here, and but because we are like fresh here, we also need to know more for different religion. So we are ready. Also, we are waiting the support from government. So I think after the meeting, we can be the detailed discuss about this part. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you very much for your calm wishes and the proposal, suggestion, and the work you have done in Fergana Valley. And we hope that with our colleagues we can deliver the information and also support necessary from our side to you and to your company. Sure, we have many infrastructural projects like a road construction, like train roads, rehabilitation, and also electrification, also the renewables, and so on. So we only will be glad, and yeah, we invite you to Horizon region. Thank you very much.
If I may add, as I have mentioned at the beginning of this session, basically agency is playing a single window role for all the investors which are interested in entering Uzbekistan. So in these regards, I mean, if you have no particular idea about which region yet to go, but you have a readiness to, for example, consider this or another sector, then you can address this issue to us. We can either connect you with the region, which is implementing or is looking for a particular investor in for particular projects or area, or we can connect you with the branch of the economy, I mean, with the ministry in charge, with which then you will continue. Because our ministry has become Ministry of Industry very recently. It's only 5 months since we are the Ministry of Industry. Before that, the industrial part of the economy was basically managed by different associations, which are yet in place. So those basically are playing the role of quasi-governmental institutions, which are now under our control, with exception of definitely mining, energy, and that's it. Mining and energy. But all the investment projects basically are anyway channeled through our ministry. Some of the projects for infrastructure, you have to be aware of that, are managed through international open bidding. And that's why we always try to attract the best companies. So you are also very much welcome to participate. I mean, they are officially opened. For example, that is what mentioned by renewables. All that is managed by International Financial Corporation and Asian Development Bank and EBRD. So they are basically playing the role of the facilitator in these projects.
Thank you for your answer. By the way, in our group, come here. We come with our team, also have the UAE people. They are company name Utico Water Utility. This is in the Middle East, also the biggest for this water treatment company, and also the desalination water company. And also for this renewable, they are also interested to investment here for the wind and also for the solar. Yeah, we know some Masdar and Aker Power already here, and also now is the more the players coming here. So from our side, we'll be do the advisor to here to bring the more the investor and check them to come here to result together. So also we are hope all the first project can be successful, we get support, and then we can bring more for this our related investor from Middle East and China come here to the contribution to this country. Thank you.
Good morning, dear. I'm just editor in the international organizations, one of the main, and also I have been in Jizak region, and I have worked with some of the process of the implementation of the projects. Why Jizak region wants to just engage other investors to develop some kind of projects. And thank you very much for your question. When our first other investors, when we have worked, they have deeply just questioned us with some kind of these questions, and we are trying. Of course, first of all, we are trying to develop the sector of the automobile, and also we have paid a great attention to this sector. And the Kazan University, if you will look to the history, you will see the results, how they could achieve today's big, good achievements. And they have good and talented, well educated staff and personnel. and they're trying nowadays to improve themselves in even other big major aspects too. And we are trying to in Juzak region open Kazan branch university, and working with this some kind of institutions, trying to engage some working groups, and also they have five main directions, like automobile or gas and oil, and the other sectors too. And also they step by step we are trying to add some kind of textile and other sectors, but this is some kind of limited process of the directions. And we are interested in giving the students, if we will open this Kazan University branch, we will give two sides, two diploma to all of our students. We have already discussed all of these topics, and we know that we have such an agreement to develop. First of all, the students will be educated here in Juzak region, and they will then move to the other move to Kazan University. And also, I wanted to emphasize one thing. In Chirchak region, we have such a potential to open chemical company in Chirchik, and we have some kind of technological IT parks that truly will be fundamental, just place and institution that could improve this IT technology sphere. And we have also some kind of logistical directions. We are trying to include for these kind of projects. They are truly are beneficial, and I think, and of course with the support and contribution of other participants or other just members, we could achieve such a good results. Thank you very much. And now, colleagues, we should finish our session, because after some time there will be another session. We'll start here. Let's, in shortly, you can give your questions, please.
Uzbekistan already. So I just want to say from the perspective of the investor who already does the business in Uzbekistan, and then answering the question about the transportation routes. So we just missed the point of telling the potential investors that there are a number of incentives the government provides for transportation. One of them is that 70% of our transportation cost for the export of ready-made garment or ready products to the number of the continents are covered by government. Yes, and this is one of them. And there are another number of incentives. So if we go deeply with the agency, they will provide you. At the same time, we do business in Samarkand and Tashkent region, especially in the producing the garment. So we're the first in Central Asia, maybe CIS countries, who does the global brands business. So we now ship to Engelbeck Strauss to Germany from Samarkand, and our truck, the shortest, reached Frankfurt in 10 days, from Samarkand to Frankfurt. The longest was 18 days. Another one, if we import the materials or whatever which is not produced in Uzbekistan under the export contract, you should not make a custom clearance. So you do not freeze your money for the custom clearance. You just do the tolling, recycling process, and you export it to the third party, which is also covered by the government side, I mean the transportation cost. This is very short. We can talk very long on that. Thank you.
Thanks a lot for this addition. Ну, на этом разрешите попросить вас, мы завершим эту сессию. потому что у нас дальше здесь...
I wanted to just end this session because we have another sessions and all the governors and the participants of the conference. I would like to thank you. Thank you very much.